In another twist, some hoaxers have stated that governments have paid them to create fake signs to divert attention from signs produced by non-human beings.
Either it's very skillful hoaxers with a tremendous sense of humor, or it's some non-human intelligence that's completely off the scale of anything that we've contemplated so far.
Some experts believe that signs are neither hoaxes nor are they created by aliens. There may be yet another explanation entirely.
John and I came up with a concept based on very unusual natural phenomena in the atmosphere.
Dr. Levengood and research associate John Berg have studied many samples taken from crop circles.
They go through biochemical changes. They go through cellular changes. This is a control node here, showing you the normal node, very symmetrical. And what we find here is that there are very drastic changes in the formation samples, which cannot be explained by ordinary trampling or hoaxing or any of that. Now, in the formation, what we find is that this energy is so intense and so rapid, the heat is so high, that it literally blows expulsion cavities.
We have an enormous amount of evidence that indicates that the causes of crop circle formations are quite likely ion plasma vortices. And while this may sound exotic, you could picture a slow-speed electrified tornado, if you will, because plasma is nothing more than electrified air particles.
But the natural explanation does not convince those who believe signs are messages from extraterrestrials.
If they're communications of some kind from a non-human source, it's not quite clear what they're saying. Their main message so far seems to have been, watch this space.
Are signs a relatively new phenomenon on this planet? Perhaps not. Perhaps signs have been created for millennia. Unlike crop circles, which by their nature are temporary, there are a vast number of permanent signs etched into landscapes all across the globe. Known as geoglyphs, the most mystifying ones are scattered over an area of 300 miles near the town of Nazca, Peru. These Nazca signs are huge symbols carved into the desert plain, some as long as 1,000 feet. But they truly reveal themselves only from the air. In fact, they were first spotted by startled airline passengers when commercial flight began in the 1920s.
I heard about these lines of Nazca markings that were so huge that you could only see them from the air. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I gave myself this mission to photograph these and bring them back and share them with people.
The designs consist of strange geometrical patterns, as well as human and animal shapes. They date back over 2,000 years.
It seems strange that about 2,000 to 3,000 years ago, so many huge markings were made on the Earth, whether they were dug into the Earth or raised from the Earth. I'm looking at a lot of these markings and structures as if a god would look at them.
The Nazca lines, were they intergalactic runways for alien spacecraft? Or were they messages to aliens? Or like crop circles, could they have been messages from aliens? Coming up in our UNX report, how are the ancient markings related to the cattle mutilations, alien encounters, and the signs found today? We'll bring all the facts together in our UNX report next.
Was the power to heal just a hoax?
Bone started to grow where they said it couldn't grow.
The doctors who witnessed the impossible.
When I saw him take his first steps, I passed out.
And the celebrities who've experienced the phenomenon.
After one session with him, I was healed.
On the next Unexplained Mysteries. The signs are everywhere.
And now, the UNX Report. For many, the mystery is easy to explain. They dismiss the idea of alien messages because of the well-known evidence of fraudulent signs. Hoaxers who have admitted creating fake signs and demonstrated their clever methods. And competitions in which humans produced complex signs in a short time and even at night. Others believe signs are indeed created by powerful forces, but they're not extraterrestrial. They're simply the power of nature. But what of the compelling evidence that has convinced many that signs are of alien origin? Scientists have found crop circle plants that show no evidence of human contact. There are enormous signs that are far too complex and precise to be created by man. Mathematicians and musicologists have discovered messages hidden in the signs. Messages in a non-verbal, possibly non-human language of numbers and musical notes. Analysts have found that the grain in crop circles has been transformed at a cellular level. More evidence. Witnesses have cited unidentified craft and mysterious lights near the signs. And the chilling tale of 5 women in Israel who had contact with an alien being. But perhaps most disturbing are the outbreaks of violent livestock mutilations, often found near signs. And why has there been no official word from the government? To the conspiracy theorists, this cover-up is the most compelling evidence that signs are created by extraterrestrial beings. Each side has its argument. Each side has its beliefs. And that is why, for now, signs must remain an unexplained mystery.
Hot Pockets is going fruity.